Hello and welcome to my presentation. My name is Andrew Blakesley and this is my analysis presentation for FMS 360 Sci-Fi Cinema. The film I will be analyzing is Blade Runner 2049. Blade Runner 2049 is a sequel to the film Blade Runner from 1982, both of which are based on the author Philip K. Dick's book titled Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? Blade Runner 2049 was released on October 6, 2017, was directed by the Canadian director Denis Villeneuve, and stars Ryan Gosling and Harrison Ford, who reprises his role from the original film. The film takes place in the year 2049, where androids known as replicants live among society. Some of these replicants are used for manual labor due to their enhanced capabilities, and some replicants go rogue and run away from their duties. These replicants that go into hiding are hunted down by special detectives known as Blade Runners and are destroyed or retired. The main Blade Runner that the film follows is known as K. K does not have a real name because he himself is a replicant. Being a replicant helps K track other replicants more easily, but it unfortunately still comes with the normal troubles that other replicants face in this society. While hunting a replicant in hiding, K uncovers a mystery that leads him down a path that causes him to question who he really is. Is he just a simple replicant, or is he more human than that? Is his purpose in life to just be a Blade Runner, or is there more to him than his job? Apart from the storyline of the film, this world contains many sci-fi semantics that are commonplace in other sci-fi franchises. Blade Runner 2049 contains the recurring idea of artificial life. Replicants in 2049 are the same as androids in other sci-fi settings, which at their base level are robots that are created to behave and act in ways that a real human being would. Some androids may only have the behavior programmed, but replicants also look identical to humans and seemingly have desires and goals, whether they are simple or grand. Another common aspect of sci-fi stories is the world of 2049, which is a dystopian world. It is not an apocalyptic future where everyone is just trying to survive, but it is a future that wouldn't be ideal to live in for us today or the society of the future. Most of the population seems to either be poor or lower middle class and live in run-down apartments and have other unfortunate living conditions. Some entire cities, such as San Diego, are now enormous junkyards where only criminals or the truly impoverished individuals reside. On the other hand, some people who can afford the new cutting-edge technology get some impressive products. Some very rich individuals can own replicants which are shown to be produced in strange birthing sleeves. Whether they are allowed to exist or be terminated is decided by people like Neander Wallace, who oversees the creation of replicants. Another form of technology that is shown is the creation and implementation of memories into the minds of the replicants. Scientists like Anna Stelline are shown to have entire laboratories where they can create memories that seem as real as actual human memories. Another piece of technology that seems to be even more common among the populace are the holographic companions, like the character of Joy. There are signs for programs like Joy seen around the city, similarly to the way you would see billboards or ads today for something as common as a cell phone or a television. All these sci-fi semantics are used together to create a unique yet familiar world. This technology all seems a little far-fetched, but not too detached to our current world where we have technology like virtual reality headsets and smartphones that will find any kind of information for you in seconds. This world's poverty and dystopian atmosphere also make the world feel similar to older noir films where detectives would walk the streets on rainy nights or sit in their offices and contemplate some evidence. Regarding the holographic companions like Joy, this form of technology that is sold and advertised abundantly can be seen as a metaphor to the technology we are so attached to in our present day. Common forms of technology today, such as smartphones, can make us feel happy at times and can provide us with good feelings, similarly to what Joy provides for Kay. However, this relationship will not be as fulfilling as interactions with other human beings will be. In the middle of the film, Kay finds a wooden horse that he has memories of from his childhood. This horse can be seen as an allegory to Kay's overall journey throughout the film. This horse makes Kay believe that he is a real human since he has memories from his childhood. However, Kay later finds out that many replicants have had the same memory of the wooden horse. While his memory of the horse is fabricated, the human feelings and emotions that he has felt throughout the film remain the same. The Wallace Corporation, the company that creates the replicants, is a secretive and mysterious corporation at its core and yet still shows the ideology of power and control. Wallace is so wealthy that he has the option to be secretive and can also use his subordinates like the character of Love to do his dirty work for him and bring him what he desires. Most of the male characters in Blade Runner 2049 are mainly shown in a strong or powerful way. They do still have emotions, but on the surface they are seen in a more stoic manner. Kay is strong due to the physical enhancements that come with being a replicant. Deckard is strong because of his experiences in the first Blade Runner film and the time he spent alone in 30 years in between films. And Wallace is powerful due to his wealth and his control over many forms of technology. The female characters tend to vary when compared to the male characters. The female replicants each have specific goals, but they go about them in different ways. Joy's sole purpose seems to be making sure Kay is happy and making him felt needed. Love, on the other hand, is strong and tenacious and doesn't let any roadblock stop her from completing her mission for Wallace. Then we have Dr. Stelline, who is not a replicant, at least not fully, and is shown to be a peaceful woman who seems very imaginative and engrossed by her work in her lab. Sexuality is a theme that is explored a lot with Kay and Joy's relationship. Joy, being programmed to serve Kay, begins to think that Kay needs sexual satisfaction. As a result, Joy hires a prostitute to use as a physical body so that her and Kay can have a sort of synthetic sexual experience. This scene makes the viewer ponder the question of if it's necessary to be sexual in a relationship. Kay seemed content enough with just being around Joy, but perhaps the sexual experience actually would make him feel better. This also can make one wonder if any of the members of this interaction actually took something away from this experience, seeing as Kay and Joy are both synthetic beings, and Mariette the prostitute was paid to be there. I feel that this clip sums up the concepts of Kay and Joy being happy in each other's presence and not needing physical contact, but also the limitations of a relationship of this nature.
I'm so happy when I'm with you.
You don't have to say that.
When it comes to race in 2049, traditional racism between humans doesn't seem to be as prevalent anymore. The kind of racism that is common is the disdain that some humans feel towards replicants. Replicants are shown to face some of the same discrimination that human beings have faced in the past. Slurs like skin job and skinner are often used against replicants and are even spray painted on Kay's front door of his apartment. Regardless of the racism, human and replicants seem to interact differently with each other depending on their motivations. Replicants that interact with other replicants like Kay and Morton at the beginning of the film seem to try and be civil with each other until the need for violence arises. Replicants seem to be kind and respectful towards humans unless the replicant has a reason or need to exert their strength, like Love does with Lieutenant Joshi. The class disparity in 2049 is shown on both ends of the spectrum. Absurdly wealthy individuals like Wallace are shown to be the most powerful people and possess the most advanced technology. This allows Wallace and others like him to do whatever they want and seemingly get away with no repercussions. On the other side of society, you have the poorest people you can imagine. Specifically in the junkyards of San Diego, Kay goes to an orphanage that uses children for manual labor. This location seems to be widely unknown due to the reactions of the man in charge. These children are not as wealthy as individuals like Wallace, so they keep their heads down and do whatever work they need to do to survive. Replicants are shown to be so advanced that they question if they are really replicants or actually human. Kay, as well as the replicant freedom fighters, all have had memories of that wooden horse and have all thought that they were actual humans. Kay's journey shows that he questions if he deserves things that humans have, like real love, a real name, and real family members. However, along the way, and specifically once he discovers that he is not the child of Rachel, Kay realizes that he doesn't need things that are considered to be real. His feelings about himself and about doing the right thing for Deckard and his daughter are real. He realizes that he doesn't need to be unique or special in order to do something for the right reasons. While these human emotions that Kay feels are inspiring, some other artificial life in this film can be seen as alarming. Joy in particular is a holographic companion that seems so real and loving towards Kay, but later we find out that her line of holograms is just programmed to give the user whatever they desire. This is impressive that technology can be so responsive to human desires, but this technology should clearly be used with caution, since it has the potential to make someone like Kay believe fantastic and unrealistic things. Finally, I'll talk about the real-world outcomes of Blade Runner 2049. This film was widely praised for things like its score, its production design in the believable futuristic world, its writing and thoughtful storyline, and its unique and breathtaking visuals. Some critics and fans believe that this film was a great continuation of the original Blade Runner, and some consider 2049 to be superior to its predecessor. Despite all of that, the film didn't make as much money as a typical blockbuster film would make in the modern era. 2049 reportedly made only about $250 million worldwide and a little less than $100 million in the US. The film had a budget of around $150 million, so while $250 million seems like a lot of money, the film barely made back its budget. Some critics and audience members, as well as Denis Villeneuve himself, said that some of the possible reasons for a low box office was the 3-hour runtime and the already cult following of the franchise. People knew about Blade Runner, but it was not as popular as other successful franchises with 3+ hour films like the Avengers or Lord of the Rings films. The fact that the two Blade Runner films came out 30+ years apart could have been another factor. Thank you for listening to my analysis of Blade Runner 2049. This may be a recent sci-fi film, but it is one that has already given audiences much to consider when investigating this dark future.